Welcome to Spartan Advice, where I try to reach out to the men and boys of the world who need help with their struggles in life. My name is Blake Spartan, and I thank you for spending this time with me. In our last video, I delved into the importance of politics and how important it is to respect others' opposing viewpoints and try to look at opposition from a place of understanding rather than from a place of animosity. We went over the alignment of the centrists and the libertarians. And today, we will be discussing the left and the right respectively as they are represented within politics and the untold truth of the dark side of both the left and the right concerning politics. And now as we go further to either side, people start to become moderate left or moderate right. We start to see the majorities of the left and the right whom overwhelmingly just want what they believe to be best for the nation, but holding different opinions on what policies will get us there. Both the moderate left and the moderate right want peace and harmony within the country and will be understanding of the opposing sides and where they are coming from with their positions, even if they disagree with those positions. And these are the overwhelming majority of the nation that can be swayed to one side or another, especially on the basis of the radicalization of either side, ostracizing their own side's moderates for not aligning more on their side's more radical views. The moderate left believe in the preservation of people's cultures as well as their individuality. They support policies that are inclusive of others from differing backgrounds to have the same accomplishments and success in the same fields as everyone else. They don't just want people to have the same offers of opportunities. They want everyone to reach the same levels of success and sustainability, even if they cannot do it on their own and need a helping hand. The moderate left want rights tailored to the people to aid those groups of people in living the best lives that each group can live. They want equality in all facets of life, regardless of race, sex, beliefs, culture, sexual orientation, or identity. And they want all peoples represented equally. The moderate left also advocates for higher pay and higher taxes to help both the workers and the social welfare of those who need help, like with state-funded healthcare, education, and social services. The moderate right believe in the truest form of individuality, that all people are equal, deserve to be treated as equals, offered equal opportunities, and subsequently be rewarded for their hard work that they put into achieving their accomplishments. The moderate right want a unified society where all people are viewed as equals and for all people to see themselves as a nation together rather than a group of individuals out to better themselves. The moderate right are the ones who believe we the people stand united as one nation, as unified and independent from the government rule, that we the people are capable of achieving greatness through the substance of our merit and the strength of our labor, and that we the people know what is best for ourselves. The moderate right want all equality applied equally to all peoples with no prejudice, no distinction, and no discrimination. They believe that state dependency impedes on people's abilities to better themselves and that government thrives off of keeping people impoverished. The moderate right advocates for smaller government, to limit government reach, to limit government intervention, lower taxation, and fewer taxations. The moderate right are the Republicans who welcome others to their side with open arms and want you to be as successful as you can possibly be, to achieve greatness, and to be proud that you were able to achieve those goals yourself, and stand strong knowing that you worked hard to become the best version of yourself. And now, the further to either side of the political spectrum we go, the more radical the beliefs become. Those are the far left fanatics and the far right zealots. They will ostracize their own side for not aligning perfectly on all of their political views. The far left and the far right are the reasons why people change political sides. These are the people who utilize hate and violence to demonize and eradicate their oppositions. Here is where tribalism becomes a problem for society, and we as a people start to see the horrible things people try to justify in the name and face of adversity. The far left are the more prominent of the far political spectrum, as they are the loudest and typically the most physically radical. They believe that all opposing views and voices are violence against themselves, due to the misguided belief that a voice of opposition will lead to violent acts being committed against them, as they themselves utilize violence against their political enemies. The far left want to implement socialist policies as close as they can get to communism. They believe that everyone should be of equal wealth, even if that eliminates the possibility of ever becoming successful in life. The far left will turn a blind eye to the reality that communist governments destroy the middle class and force all citizens into poverty, while the government itself becomes the ruling class and gives themselves wealth above the people. The far left turn a blind eye to this because they are only focused on having the people's health care and welfare provided fully by the state. And they do not see the overwhelming disadvantage of a communist society is that corrupt and greedy individuals will always take advantage of a socialist system to make themselves wealthy and to oppress others. Now, on the polar opposite side of the political scale, we have the far right. The far right has diminished over the generations as liberals have successfully pushed the far right out of the Republican Party, and deservingly so. The far right are typically either religious zealots or alt-right nationalists. The far right want an authoritarian rule over any land they can get their hands on, either through religious dominion or militia control. These are the individuals that, like the far left, will ostracize others whom do not perfectly align with their will. These are the people who want a pure nation, either of all the same distinct religious belief or all the same ethnic dominance. And thankfully, due to the strong sense of individual liberties and liberalism that was ingrained into the United States formation and its Constitution, the far right have become insignificant in their reach, as overwhelming political right and the Republicans have both ostracized the far right into hiding and into dismantling. Now we get into the seriousness of the political spectrum. Most people view it as a bar like this, but it's not. It's a circle like this. Left-wing policies and right-wing policies are not always separate. People can hold both sides to a good degree and to a bad degree. And the truth that a lot of people don't want to admit to, especially the political left, is that the dark side of both the left and the right lead to fascism. The left like to refer to fascism as a far-right ideology, but it's not. Fascism isn't left or right on its own. It's a type of regime that can be implemented through capitalism or communism. Fascism has no political affiliation. There have only been two countries to ever implement fascism: Fascist Italy and Nazi Germany, and both were socialist countries. Whether people want to admit that or not, both Fascist Italy and Nazi Germany held far more left-wing policies than right-wing policies. and they are only considered right-wing based solely on the French political spectrum back during that era, as they saw right-wing as being only pro-authoritarian and left-wing as being only anti-authoritarian. But when it comes to the ever-changing development of the political spectrum as we have come to understand it, both fascist Italy and Nazi Germany were far more supportive of left-wing policies like state-funded healthcare, state-funded education, state-funded welfare, anti-capitalism, anti-conservatism, and not only limited to these policies. Fascism should not be seen as a right-wing ideology nor as a left-wing ideology. Fascism is a totalitarian ideology that can come from both the farthest of the right and the farthest of the left of the political spectrum. No communist country has ever been non-authoritarian. No fascist country has ever been non-socialist. The United States government isn't fascist. The United States military isn't fascist. The United States law enforcement isn't fascist. Fascists want complete control over every facet of the nation. What makes the United States and subsequently our political spectrum better is that we all advocate for and bolster individual liberties. We promote civil freedoms. We, the people, are the voices of this proud and powerful nation, and united together, we can make a better future. And we have. Today is brighter and better than it was back in the 1960s, which was brighter and better than the 1920s, which was brighter and better than the 1800s. And I want you all to know that no matter which side of the political spectrum you align with, we are all the people. We are the voices. We are the strength of this nation. And I want to end this topic with me saying to everyone that most of the people on the opposing side of your political alignment are not your enemies. They only want what they think is best for the nation. They aren't malicious. They aren't ignorant. They aren't the bad guys. Just because we all see different solutions for these same problems doesn't mean we cannot have our opinions changed through open discourse. Do not hate each other for thinking a different solution is better. Do not hate each other for not agreeing with your views. Do not insult or attack each other for having opposing opinions. And most importantly, do not stop loving the people in your life just because they do not align with your worldview. We need each other more than ever. We need to love one another more than ever. And even if you disagree with me, I will love each and every one of you, my friends. And as always, be brave, be kind, be yourself. Please like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. It's a simple task for you, but it means the world to me, as it helps our advice reach more people. And thank you again for giving me your time here today. Farewell, my friends.